Welcome to another episode of the Gift Club show. So hosted by me, the founder of the Gift Club, Hadie Perkas. So today we sail across the Pacific to Australia and focus on the digital gift cards. And I'm joined today by Troy Veron, who spent 15 years working for Woolworths Group, one of Australia's largest retailers, heading up their gift card and prepaid proposition, and is now Senior Manager for Cards and Payments Advisory at Grant Thornton. Thank you for joining me today, Troy. I've been really looking forward to this.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's great to be here.
Well, I'm going to delve into the digital card today, hoping you may be able to shine some kind of light, Troy, on what this means to retailers and the future of gift cards in Australia.
Sure.
So, in your own words, from your experience in clients, you've told me that digital can mean a whole number of things in the gift card world. So I'd like to try and wrap this up universally as possible and focus on the outcomes that retailers should be looking for rather than what it means. So What are the key results retailers are looking to achieve if they go digital?
Well, like you said, in my role as advising, we often work with many different merchants and they want to move into the digital gift card era. My first question to them usually is, what does digital mean to you? So there's a bit of a difference depending on the size and the scale of the retailer and their resources and technology available. But at the end of the day, the premise about what they want to achieve is generally the same, regardless of the merchant size. They want to make it simple and easy for consumers. They want to make it frictionless. They want it to work both in-store and online. And they want to obviously have the technology there that enables them to move forward as technology adapts and new technology comes in. But at the same time, they've got to make sure it's safe and secure for the business, so they're not open up to any fraud risks or anything like that. So a lot of retailers, a lot of merchants are a bit worried about this digital and what it actually means and what's involved for them. But at the end of the day, they all want the same thing. They want to make it simple and easy for customers so they can sell more and engage better with their customers along the way.
Fabulous. So not all retailers are there yet, though, are they? So
That's correct.
Yeah, so what point in their journey should a merchant or retailer start thinking about their digital card offering?
We're very involved in the mobile payment world. So recent stats here by the Reserve Bank are showing cash pre-COVID was down to about 20%. And since the last 6 months during COVID, a lot of merchants have changed to, they'll prefer tap and go payments. So that wearables, the watch or the mobile phone or the tap and go card, consumers here are used to that. It's a quick and easy process. We also have limits up to $200, no PIN, no sign. So compared to other markets in the world, it's become standard here in Australia. For a retailer to adapt to digital, it's often to do with what their customer base is like. So digital payments are more adapted or are more accepted by the younger demographics. If you're a merchant with traditionally older base, it's going to create some hurdles and some challenges if you want to roll that out. As the customers' sort of acceptance of the technology, they still like their traditional either paper vouchers or physical cards delivered in the post. But the younger people these days, they want instant gratification. If I'm redeeming rewards points or buying through a reward program, I want it now. I don't want to have to wait a week for post. So definitely the younger demographics, if that's more your customer base, that's a key time now to move with the technology across the payments landscape and adapt to the digital offering. And as customer experience and user interfaces, and a lot of merchants start working on that to make that seamless integration between the online and the bricks and mortar environment, aligning it with that overall strategy gift cards should be included as part of that.
So let's talk about Australia's gift card market. $6
billion, yes. It is a hard one to gauge because the numbers are kept so under wraps. And often the gift card sale for a merchant isn't reported as part of the overall sale because they count the redemption when the money comes back into store. So while we can work off average transaction values, working across different industries, we sort of know, and we can look at some of the transaction volumes, what's going through the payment landscape. If it's an API call or a point of sale program that's running their gift card program, then none of that data is actually captured anywhere in the Reserve Bank statistics.
Okay. So but just by that number, it's huge, and it proves that no matter where you live in the world, gift cards are, extremely in high demand.
Exactly.
But since footfall in stores has been falling, and for the past decade, and gifting is starting to look a little bit different, do you think that the physical card really will ever be extinct, Troy?
My personal opinion is there will always be a place for a physical card because of that tangibility. It's that see, touch, and feel. Some of the older demographics still like to buy a card or something to put into a greeting card for a birthday or for Christmas. So you still have that place in store for that gifting element. But the self-use market, which is becoming more and more where the B2B and the corporate channels are aiming, so the rewards and loyalty programs, it's definitely them moving to the digital for that instant gratification and I want something now. But I still think you'll still walk around stores and see a gift card mall display stand. Because we've seen it before as merchants move from paper vouchers or pin on receipt to cards, that physical presence of the card there and the accessibility in store has significantly increased that sales channel for the card as well. So working in this industry, coming from the Woolworths Group, which was the largest program in the country, and now working with a range of merchants and retailers across the country from mid-tier up to large national retailers, everyone seems to have the same challenges or the same queries or what's going to happen, what's the technology, who are the players involved. We have no central association or body that represents the interest of gift card issuers or prepaid card issuers. So a couple of years ago, some of the state governments started playing around with the legislation covering gift cards, which meant that national retailers had to change their program completely in order to have a national program. Otherwise, you've got to have different rules by different states. And we've seen from examples overseas that just becomes an operational nightmare for any retailer to manage. So as the state started playing, then the federal government got involved again and updated their legislation. But all the retailers who put submissions into the government inquiry went with a different point of view or a different idea. And I remember speaking with one of the ministers involved in the inquiry they were a bit confused because everyone was saying something different. So what was the best way to go about? So we think an association it's about time. Like we said, it's about $6 billion industry here. It's about time we have an association or an industry body that represents gift card issuers and prepaid card issuers in this country that can become a unified voice for those members and for the industry. How can we continue to adapt and evolve and ensure we have a single unified voice across the market or across the industry as the technology advances? We want to maintain the customer want and need for gift cards, but also the desire for merchants to continue to operate them without having the burden of regulation and legislation over top of them. So it's an exciting opportunity we're working on to bring a number of merchants and retailers together, and it's going to be wait and see. We've seen what's happened over in the UK and the US with these sort of associations, so I think it's about time, and it's a perfect time to start one here in Australia.